Hi, guys. My name is Chris out of Oklahoma City. I have the privilege of hosting the call today and introducing our speaker. I've known Patty for about, 14, 15 years now, a very long time, and just been awesome to watch her grow her business and have a tremendous amount of success. She came with lots of skills and knowledge and experience, but in this business, we've got to see her really grow and excel and build a big business, and doing so through helping a whole bunch of other people have success in their business. So I just love to see how she does that. I call her Mama Patty all the time just because of the way she takes care of people and really gets in the trenches with them. So we're really excited to learn from her and have her here today. So with that being said, Patty, I'm turning it over to you.
Well, thank you, Chris. Excited to be here today with everybody. This is one of my favorite parts of the day. Development is very important to me. So I always just think, it's great to start the day on a positive word. So, just being here says a lot about you, and just encourage you to invite others, because you just never know what subject is going to, get to them and be something meaningful. And we also have these calls as a reminder at thewakeupcall.com in case you miss it and you want to go back and catch some or take more notes or whatever. But we, like I said, just excited. We're in the book A Little Matter by Todd Smith right now, and on chapter 54. So we're over halfway done, and today's is Break the Ice by Building Rapport, and I love this chapter. And he says, have you ever talked to a person on the phone or met with someone for the first time and sensed that they felt uneasy? Were they reserved? Did they fidget and seem nervous or just awkward? If so, what did you do to break the ice? In the course of everyday lives, we will encounter people who may feel a bit uncomfortable the first time they meet us. Perhaps they don't know what to expect. They may be ill at ease in social situations or nervous about making a good impression. Whatever the reason, your goal in all of these situations should be to make the person feel more relaxed and at ease. And if you sense that someone is uncomfortable during a phone conversation, try being casual and friendly. Engage in small talk before diving in the purpose of the call. Begin by asking a couple of ice-breaking questions that the other person will be comfortable answering. Throughout the conversation, smile and speak in an upbeat tone. By the end of the call, the person on the other end of the line will be appreciative of your efforts to make them feel more comfortable. Meeting with someone for the first time in person presents a similar opportunity. Offer a warm and friendly greeting, a comfortable, firm handshake, and make good eye contact. After you introduce yourself, proactively engage in small talk and ask some conversation-starting questions that demonstrate a sincere interest. Not only will this put the other person at ease, it will make them respect you as a person who genuinely cares and who desires to develop a sincere friendship. So this is a great subject because it does make a difference, and I learned this lesson. I used to work for a company that sold windows, sidings, and doors, and they had telemarketers call these companies and set these appointments up for us. And these people said, they were told we'd be in their house for 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes to have this appointment. But in our training, we were told we weren't even to bring up business for 2 hours. We were generally in the houses for 4 hours. And I know people listening probably think, oh, my gosh, But here was the thing. We were taught that you needed to get those people to know, like, and trust you, become their friends. So we would walk in the house, and, we were taught, to listen to the highlights on, you don't have to watch all the news, but know the highlights of the news, know the highlights of ball games, what's going on in sports, just know some highlights of things. But look around their house, look at the pictures, just look at the decor, look at the yard, compliment them first. And we learned to do the small, do the small talk and talk to them. And I worked for this company for 90 days, and I'm telling you, we went Monday through Friday. We did, two appointments a day, and I never, ever once walked out of the house without a $5,000 deal. And it, made an impression on me. These people learn to love you. And the biggest one was $37,000. And it was just funny because we was talking about cows, and this guy, I related with him about a farm on how, cows leave one cow behind to watch the little cows. And the guy with me didn't believe it. And this older farmer, he's like, I'm not talking to you anymore. I'm talking to her the rest of this meeting. And then, so that taught me a big lesson about just talking to people and caring for them. And people that get on the phone with me sometimes probably think I talk too much, but it's just sometimes because I'm listening to get to know these people and figure out what really makes them tick and what makes them happy. But then I also worked with a trainer when I called people that were leads, for business. And, these people are skeptical. If you've ever done that, they're skeptical when you call them. But one of the trainers taught me that when you call them, like, hey, I got your name, you're looking to make money, and then just say, how can I help you? And it's amazing how that little verse, that saying, how can I help you, how that relates, breaks the ice and lets them. And before I turn it over, Chris, one last thing, a book that I just had, reread a few weeks ago because it takes a little bit is Icebreakers by Big Al Schreider. So I suggest that too. So, Chris, I'm going to turn it to you for some feedback.
Well, first off, you not only read a wonderful chapter, but added lots of valuable information about this subject. And, I'll just kind of come from kind of two different points of view on this, and not even really points of view, just personal experience. It's weird, and I can't even really explain it, but in some environments, I really flourish. I really am good at this. I love to, especially on the phone for whatever reason, I have a real high comfort level with people I know as well as strangers, just like Patty was talking about, and doing business and kind of calling people about business and so forth. I love that process of hearing a dramatic change in their attitude as the calls kind of go on. And a lot of times you get that just through asking questions and having a genuine curiosity about them and finding out about them and what they're looking for. And it's all done through questions, one question after another, as you do more and more of that. I used to have trainings on how to do this through the phone, and I would just say ask questions until they start answering, and just kind of usually it's like, hey, how are you? Fine, this is why I'm calling, are you available? Yeah, fine. You get all these short answers for like the first 10 questions, and then about that 10th, 11th question, they just kind of give you their whole life story and talk for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever, and that's when you know that there's trust being built, that a shift happened in the conversation. And in some social environments in person, I can accomplish that same thing. Sometimes in a weird way, my wife's like, quit talking to everybody at the grocery store. And I'm like, I can't help it. I just like, being nice and smiling. And but then in other situations, like we just had a business meeting that some of our peers attended over the last month or whatever. And in those types of situations, for some reason, I am horribly awkward. Like I don't know how to act or who to talk to or who not to talk to or where to stand or where not to stand, and I get into my head and get into this place of uncomfortableness like the chapter's talking about. And I've been very touched by others at different points in times over my whole life that have noticed that and done very well at what this chapter was talking about, like coming up and asking questions and noticing that awkwardness. So it's really weird that I'm on both sides of the coin of the situation, but I love the chapter. I love Patty's advice, and with that I'll pass it back over to Patty so she can do the Little Things That Matter challenge.
Great. So Todd always has the Little Things Matter challenge at the end. And Today he says, start to focus on what you can do to make people you've never met feel valued, appreciated, and comfortable. Go out of your way to show your interest in them. If you're saying to yourself, I already do this, look for the refinement you can make to improve that rapport building process. If you are striving for excellence to achieve your personal best, you can always get better. Lastly, actively look for situations where people are uncomfortable, such as the new employee, a first-time visitor to your club or organization, or someone standing off to the side at your next social event, like Chris just said. Push yourself outside your comfort zone and make a new friend. And that's what I think is really fun, when you see somebody open up and you know you've just made a new friend. Then he says, building friendly relationships takes awareness, a strong desire to connect, and a concerted effort. So with that, we will say goodbye and look forward to having you here tomorrow. And Chris, I'll let you close it out and open the lines up to say goodbye. Well, goodbye, everybody.
Hey, great call, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Patty. Thanks.